Case title Interstate Estate of Manolita Gonzales Vda de Carungcong, represented by Mediatrix Carungcong as Administratrix Petitioner, versus People of the Philippines and William Sato, Respondents, GR number 11409, February 11, 2010. J. Corona. Doctrine. The relationship by affinity between a surviving spouse and the blood relatives of the deceased spouse continues even after the death of the spouse, and the absolution from criminal liability under Article 332 of the Revised Penal Code applies to certain crimes such as theft, swindling, and malicious mischief committed between relatives. However, this exemption does not apply when a crime is with falsification of public documents. Facts. Mediatrix Carungcong, as Administratrix of the estate of her deceased mother, Manolita Gonzales Vda de Carungcong, filed a complaint for estafa against William Sato, her brother-in-law. Sato allegedly secured a special power of attorney, SPA, from Manolita, who was blind at the time, by deceitfully misrepresenting the nature of the document. The SPA authorized the sale of Manolita's properties, which Sato executed, selling the properties and failing to account for the proceeds. Sato invoked Article 332 of the Revised Penal Code, which exempts relatives by affinity, such as a son-in-law, from criminal liability for crimes like estafa. The trial court and the Court of Appeals dismissed the estafa charge based on this exemption, ruling that the relationship by affinity between Sato and Manolita persisted even after the death of Sato's wife, Zenaida. Issue 1. Whether the relationship by affinity between Sato and Manolita was severed by Zenaida's death. 2. Whether Sato could avail of the exemption from criminal liability under Article 332, despite being charged with the complex crime of estafa through falsification of public documents. Held. 1. The Supreme Court ruled that the relationship by affinity between Sato and Manolita continued even after Zenaida's death. The law does not distinguish between a surviving spouse and the relatives by affinity of a deceased spouse. Therefore, the affinity remains, and Sato was still considered a relative by affinity. 2. However, the court held that the exemption from criminal liability under Article 332 does not apply to complex crimes such as estafa through falsification of public documents. The crime charged against Sato involved not just simple estafa, but falsification of public documents, the SPA, and the deeds of sale, making it a complex crime under Article 48 of the Revised Penal Code. Since the exemption under Article 332 applies only to simple estafa, Sato could not avail of it in this case. Disposition wherefore the petition is granted. The decision of the Court of Appeals is reversed, and the case is remanded to the trial court for further proceedings on the charge of estafa through falsification of public documents.